Today is a very special day, folks. We are just looking at me. Why are you talking to yourself? I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to the camera. So yeah, today is a very special day because it's supposed to be super nice outside. The snow has completely melted from my yard, and we have the Turbo 822 Prelude with the R32 GTR that are ready to come out. So this is what we have done. They are all ready. They are all unwrapped. Just a bit of snow in front right there, but everything else is clear. I have pushed forward the trailer so that I can take them out. So today's video will be exactly that. It's going to be starting up the cars. The GTR has already started a few weeks ago, and it started actually quite well. I just wanted to make sure that the charge was holding and that I didn't need to change the battery. Lucky enough, the battery stayed outside all winter, but on a charger on maintenance mode. So I'm all good from that perspective. So I'm happy that I don't have to buy a new battery. The battery of the Prelude is downstairs. It was on a charge for part of the winter, but I'll put it back on a charge today. And we're gonna crank that one up. The Prelude hasn't started since probably last November when it was stored away. So I can't wait to see how that one's gonna crank up. So anyways, I'll go outside, try to play a bit in the mud, and make sure that I don't get the interior of the GTR dirty, and pull it out, see how it starts. We go, got tons of mud, but I have some wood underneath. So what I'm gonna do is I'll jump in, but I'll remove my boots and leave them here, because that's freaking disgusting. There we go. Okay. Is it going to start? Fuel pump is priming. Awesome. Let's do it. No. Okay, battery needs to go on a charge, I guess. So, here we go. We're all connected and we're gonna be charging. So I'll put it on, let's put it on 8 amperes so that I can start it hopefully within the next half an hour or so. Got the extension cord running. So let's wait and see. Now, while that one is charging, let's get this one set up. So this one is still a bit of snow. Probably have to pull it out with the truck. But what we can do is we can pop the trunk and we can start removing some of the seals that I put on to avoid humidity going inside the block for winter. So I have a bag and a rug on the inside, and the rug is actually not humid, so it's a good sign. That means water hasn't penetrated in. And the next thing is, as well, I do have on the turbo intake. Let's set this up. There you go. Did the same thing on the turbo intake. So I did have tie wrap, the rug. Yeah, same thing. It's slightly humid, but I'm pretty sure it's better than not having anything on. So that's done. I'll have to take a look at the timing belt. It seems like it's still wanting to slip off. Yeah, definitely something we're gonna have to verify with the tensioner. As you guys can see, it's slightly pulled out, so gonna have to be careful with that. Coolant system was bled before the winter, so I'm pretty sure that we should, oh yeah, it's still full, so that's perfect. So there's been no leaks or anything, so we'll keep that on. You can feel that there's still water. Fantastic. So battery, I'll go get that one, and that's going to be the next one that's going to be put on the charge, and then we're going to crank it up. Well, it's been charging for a while, so let's try to crank it up and see if it starts, and if we're able to drive it out on its own. Let's do this. Oh, unplug it. Let the car warm up and see if we can take it out. Okay, we'll leave the boots here. Well, it's driving, it's out. It's out. It's out, boys. Go. Need a nice wash. Sounds good. Let's get it washed up. So the car is out, and I just wanted to show you guys some of the parts that we're going to be setting up together. Not all of it is going to go on right away, but we have a brand new OEM GTR key that I'll have to go to Nissan and get made. Now we have some pulleys, the tensioner pulleys for when we're going to be doing the timing belt. So I have ordered the HKS, the purple timing belt that we're going to be doing together. So these are the pulleys, and this timing belt kind of goes together. We also have the AC fan. So this one actually shows 2 liter. Should probably fit. But Gates, the blue micro V belt for the belt, for the fan belt. I also have a brand new fan downstairs because this one is currently cracked. Today we're going to be setting up this little guy, which is our fuel filter, which I don't know how long the old one has been on, but we're going to be putting a brand new one on today, made in Japan. Then we have this kind of a bracket that you can hold the timing belt, the cam shafts when you're doing the timing belt. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, we do have some door mounts. Oh no, this is actually, yeah. So the door mounts, so you know when your door is all crooked and doesn't close properly because of the actual mounts being shot. So I have the 4 mounts, so 2 on each side, left and right. We have a water pump that we received as well with a gasket. So we're going to be doing that at the same time as we do the timing belt. We have some stuff for our rims that are going to be arriving. So we do have some 18 by 10.5 black rims arriving in 2 days. So I'll be filming that. I also have some tires that are downstairs in the basement. I'll be doing another video on that. And look at this. I ordered some Yonaka coilovers. They're fully adjustable. They are made for the 300Z, but they should fit the GTR that I have. So I'm very, very curious to see what this is going to turn out as. But anyways, today we're going to go get this guy done, which should be pretty simple. And I think it's going to be so much better. I might actually cut the other one open just to see what it looks like on the inside. So this is where you have the fuel filter. So the top of the engine, the intake manifold, and it is right here. So there's one clamp at the top that we're gonna have to undo. Then there's a bracket underneath that we can release the fuel filter from, and there's gonna be another hose from the from under. So this car's a 1991, so let's hope nothing cracks and we don't have to start replacing lines, but pretty confident, so it should go fine. Okay. Half an hour later, the old filter is removed. As you can see, this is the top feed, and you have down there, you have the bottom drain. I had to remove these hose clamps, and here's the old filter. So one of the tricky things is that since it's an old car and the lines are starting to get quite stiff, to get it over this and to get it over that was quite difficult. So had to get some of these and slowly pry it. Otherwise I would have had to cut it, which I didn't want to do because otherwise then you're kind of low on lines and it might have been cut a bit too short. So anyways, this is the old filter. I'll open it up and see if it's OEM, if it's dirty or if it's good. There's a part number which is Nissan, whatever it is, 10X, yeah. Not sure what that means. Not sure if this is OEM or not. I'll research. I'm quite curious. But anyways, the new one, all shiny, is right here. So it's gonna go in, and yeah, let's see what happens. Actually, you know what? I guess that this is the, oh, so the feed is at the bottom and the returns at the top. Interesting. Let's put it on. There you go, folks. It's in. As you can see, brand new fuel filter with the bracket is back on. I broke the top thingy, like tie wrap, so I had to put a brand new one. It's not the OEM, but you know, it's gear clamp, so it's gonna hold quite well. Then as you can see, it's all wet because when I removed the lines there was still a bit of pressure, so the fuel spilled out. But all of the wet stuff is actually brake cleaner, so I brake cleaned all of it so that there's no more gas. Next step now is fuel injector cleaner. So that's what I'm going to be putting on because the fuel has been there for about 4 months without running. So what I'm going to do is I'll put some fuel cleaner into it, hopefully try to, you know, burn off the tank without giving it too much throttle, and put some fresh 94 octane. So yeah, here you go. So it's on, so let me start it up. Let me just do this. You guys are not gonna see it. Here you go, start it up, see if it's gonna spill. Okay, so we heard the fuel pump, so that's good. And there's no leaks, so I'll prime it once again. Okay, I think it's full, let's start it. Yeah, it's good so far. Let's check for leaks. No leaks. It's good. Here we go. We're cruising. Rolling smooth. Temperature's good. Oil pressure's good. Everything is good, everything's working. None of the gauges stopped working during the winter. Quite happy so far. So let's bring it back home and see if there's no oil spills, make sure there's no fuel spills or anything like that. But you know, I think we're golden. I think we're good. Folks, this is it. We are changing the suspension. Left off with the fuel pump and the little test drive, and now since everything is working fine, what we have done is we have removed the old GTR rear suspension, and as you guys can see, we have the brand new coilovers over there. I have already removed it here, very easy to do. 17 millimeter at the bottom, 12 millimeter at the top. Push it down, remove it, and it's out. It literally it took me probably like 20 minutes to remove. So next step is grease everything up, and let's hope that the 300ZX suspension fits in the back. Very easy to get done. First coil is on. As you can see, it's all installed, all bolted. It has been extended to be about 1 inch lower than the old one. Haven't played with any of the adjustments, but as you can see, damping adjustment and all of the bolts been greased up. So it's good to go. Let's get to the next one. So as expected, we had to run into issues, and I'll have to bring out the grinder probably. The oil spring is removed. As you can see, everything is in a good shape and everything like that. This is the little bolt that is actually welded onto this, I guess, control arm. And the problem is that this, on these, as you guys can see, the little notch is thicker than these guys. The problem that I run into is the clearance. So this needs to be notched off like a tiny, like probably like not even 1 centimeter. So it's not necessarily gonna, you know, make damage to the point that it's gonna be dangerous to drive. Just a tiny little notch that I can actually tap it through. I don't want to tap it with a hammer. I prefer to just grind it off, seal it properly with some spray, and put it back on. So, you know, that's the only problem that I ran into so far with the 300ZX coilovers. The back are all installed, rear, left and right. Now it's just the front. So I'll bring out the cutoff wheel, cut off a little part, then bring some what do you call it, some spray paint that is anti-rust, and we'll put some on. Last piece. Here we go. It's all set up, all beautiful, all lubed up. Dampering adjustment. So I said on the other side that I had to cut a little piece here. I didn't have to do it on this side, so I don't know if it's because I was trying to put the other coil on the wrong side or not, but there's only one side that I can actually slide in. So if you guys order 300ZX coilovers, don't panic if they don't fit in the front. Make sure they have the right left on the right left, the right right on the right right, and also they have a position on this side that it can go both ways. So anyways, it's all tightened up, it's all torqued to spec, and I'll put the wheel on, I'll lube it up, and I'll drop it to see what it looks like. Here we go. So we managed to fix the 300, we managed to fit the 300ZX coilovers onto this R32 GTR. So as you can see, fits, looks good. Next step is we are waiting for rims to arrive so we can put tires on. We're going to be going 18 by 10.5 on 265 35 18. So it's going to come out a bit more because they are plus 22 compared to these 17 times 7.5, I believe. So anyways, this is it. It fits. I'm happy. We'll take it for a spin and see what it feels like. Okay, let's see what new suspension feels like. I haven't played with any of the dampering, so might have to adjust it, but let's see. Oh yeah, it feels stiffer for sure already. Oh wow, it feels solid. Holy crap, I love it. I think it's night and day. I guess it's the bushings that were previously shot. Actually, it's, yeah, you definitely do feel that you're on, you know, coilovers. Not the same thing at all. Have to get used to it, but I feel like the handling is going to be so much better. It's stiff. What's that, was he? Like, seriously, like the guy was, oh my god. Yeah, like it. Yeah, even bumps, to be honest. It feels stiffer, but it does feel more solid compared to the GTR, the OEM suspension. Can't wait to see actually what it's going to feel like with the new rims and new wider tires. But so far on low speed, Yonaka Motorsport for 300ZX 1991 to 1991 R32 GTR. They don't say on the websites that it does fit, but as you can see, they're on and they do fit. So far so good. Yeah, bring the car back home and check to make sure that everything is still aligned, make sure that nothing has loosened up, but this is good. Like it.